Day 3 is all about self-worth. One of the big core wounds of all of humanity is inadequacy. This feeling that we are not enough as we are. This feeling of having to accomplish more, to achieve more and hustle harder in order to feel worthy of receiving whatever it is that we desire. And today's session and talk isn't to create judgment around it, but rather bringing mindfulness and deep presence to whatever is coming up so that we can just tend to it and honor it. A lot of times, inadequacy and feeling unworthy and not enough brings up a lot of heavy emotions for people that may have been repressed for many years. And a lot of it stems from events that happened in childhood. And while those events don't define you in any way today, they can still have an impact. And so today's session is all about learning to forgive and let go of what was, coming back to the present moment, which is where all of your power lies, and using that power to redirect the focus to the truth of who we all are, which is in our most inherent divine state, we are all worthy. We are all enough exactly as we are. There is nothing that you have to do to prove yourself, or that you matter, that you belong. You are here on this planet with purpose, with intention. You matter, you belong, you are worthy, and you are enough. And if you're someone who has a hard time really letting those words land, letting it be absorbed in your body, there's a little life hack I'd like to share with you, which is looking at yourself the way God would look at you. I had this recent startling revelation that brought me back to my clinical days working as a clinician. And in one of my rotations, my OB-GYN rotation, I remember being in and out of delivery rooms, watching these mothers give birth to their babies in all types of different situations. Some were normal deliveries, some were a little bit more emergent. I saw everything, basically. And one of the common things I continued to see over and over again was that each time a baby was born, the mother would burst into tears. And everyone in the room would get a little bit emotional. And what it really brought me back to was remembering that it's a site of pure love. It's unconditional love that is now birthed into this world. This baby was born from love and is now here as an expression of that love. And of course the mother would cry. Even the father at times, of course they would cry, because God is love and love is God. And in the eyes of the divine, we are already worthy and enough exactly as we are. We are all already inherently enough. There was nothing we had to do to prove ourselves, to say, hey, I belong on planet Earth. This is my resume, get me there. It's silly when you think of it that way. And each mother holding her child didn't say, hey, do all these things in the next few days for me to feed you and bathe you. I'm aware that different children were born to different circumstances, and I can't speak to all of it. However, I do see the inherent good in everyone. And I feel that we all believe on some deep level that we are unconditional love, that we are the purest essence, this extension of source, of God, of the divine, birthed into physical form to share our unique gifts with the world, our presence, our unique idiosyncrasies, and everything that makes us who we are. What's so beautiful is that each of us has our own genetic makeup, our own differences, and yet when we look at that from person to person, these differences are shared among the collective, binding us through this unity consciousness. And so when you remember that truth, you're reminded that, okay, maybe you do feel inadequate or unworthy in certain situations, and the feeling can still come up, and yet it's shared collectively. You're not the only one who feels this. Many people actually feel this, no matter how much success they attain in their lives. And let that soften you a little bit. Let it soften any place around your heart that has made you feel that you need to hold on more tightly, to grip onto things, to people, to jobs you may have outgrown. Where can you soften your heart into this awareness that love is already here because it is within you? You are already worthy. In fact, your self-worth is infinite. There's no cap on it. And there's no meter stick that measures how enough anyone is. So what's the point? What's the point of even trying? In God's eyes, you are more than enough. You are more than worthy. You are of infinite worth. He reminds us all that we are here as infinite potential, here to expand into infinite potential. And there's nothing that we cannot create because we are co-creating with Him. And those desires on your heart wouldn't be there if they weren't meant to be channeled through you and to come into physical form in your 3D reality. Many of us have spent so much of our lives with negative self-talk in the background, with the doubts, the limiting beliefs, the stories, the narratives, the scenes that replay over and over again. And the invitation for you today is to just honor that. All of that is fine. It's part of the human experience. And in this moment, it is safe for you to realign with the energy of love and wholeness that comes from within you, that's already here in this moment. And speaking your new reality into existence, reminding yourself, I am whole, I am worthy, I am enough. And speaking these powerful and positive affirmations over your life, encoding it into every cell of your being throughout the day. And whenever little moments do pop up where you don't really feel that those words are true for you, you can gently hold your heart and remind yourself, it is safe to be with whatever experience is unfolding before you. And you can be with it without being entangled in the emotions and the feelings, allowing them to fluidly move through you, to be felt, processed, and then let go. And as you become mindful and send compassion to yourself and to your heart, you awaken to the power of the present moment and the love that is already here, that is already inside of you. You are here to remember that you are divine love. You are worthy and enough exactly as you are. You were born in wholeness. All the love that you seek is inside of you.